going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video will be another video in the how-to series of using characters. Now we are talking about Okoye, one of the most powerful skill attackers the game has seen in quite a long time. Okoye is very simple, very effective, but you gotta know when to use your specials, when to use your relic, and also when to weave in heavy attacks in order to maintain as much bleed damage as you possibly can. So Okoye is a bit of a nuke. Short, medium, long form content, she kind of just goes ballistic, and you'll see that in the fights that we showcase here. Now, the biggest thing about Okoye for like some of her key matchups, the prime matchups you want to use Okoye in, if you're preventing evade, so Spider-Woman, Bullseye, Spider-Ham, anybody that has the potential to evade you, Okoye is going to annihilate them. So this is what you need to do. Triggering Dexterity with Okoye places an Ensnare debuff on the opponent. Ensnare reduces ability accuracy and also prevents evade. So Spider-Woman will try to evade, but Ensnare is completely preventing her ability accuracy. Ensnare also, like I said, is fully preventing, not fully preventing ability accuracy, but reducing ability accuracy enough to the where Spider-Woman is going to fail a lot of her defensive abilities and defensive tricks. You build up to a special 2 with Okoye, and short form content health pools are pretty much dead after a single special 2. Go for either a reap carry or a stand-up intercept into a combo into a relic, and that's all she wrote. Let's fight the bigger Spider-Woman to show that off again in a longer situation where the opponent's going to survive a bit more. So again, you want to start with Dexterity against these evade champions. Spider-Woman, Bullseye, any champion that can evade you, you want to start with Dexterity. Okoye has Dexterity buffs naturally in her kit. That's why she crits so often. Every time she does crit, she places a bleed and a shock debuff. Ideally, you have Okoye awakened. Sig 1 is perfectly fine. You do not need here really any higher than Sig 1 for like the maximum benefit of her signature ability, but you definitely want her awakened. It increases the potency of her Deep Wounds Mastery benefit. Going for a full combo here. If you haven't noticed, Okoye does have an inflated combo meter. Go for a special 2. And even the short form Spider-Woman is not going to survive a single special 2 from Okoye. It's kind of ridiculous how powerful she is. She just nukes opponents. The health pool sort of really doesn't matter. Only when you get to like true Everest content can you see where she sort of slows down a little bit and has to reset the loop. But she's just super strong, incredibly powerful. One thing I noticed in the comments of some of my how-to videos is recommending relics for characters. So for Okoye, I absolutely #1 recommend the Black Widow relic, and ideally you have it awakened. What that's going to do for Okoye is it's going to increase the damage of attacks that prevent abilities from triggering by around 1,000. So attacks that cause the opponent's ability to fail due to ability accuracy reduction gain, let's round and call that 1,000 attack rating. That's going to increase the damage of those bleeds, those shocks, and also the critical hits that you land during your basic attacks and special attacks. So let's go for another matchup that Okoye excels in, just to show off how simple the rotation is. I'm really not like getting an ability to show off like the remainder of Okoye's loop, because short, medium, and even some long form fights, all you're going to do is throw a special 2, and then the opponent's pretty much going to be gone. In longer form matchups, you will throw a special 1 and potentially some heavy attacks. Okoye's heavy attack does refresh the duration of some of her shocks and bleeds, and also pauses them. When you get to a certain threshold in your combo meter, you're going to get this vicious passive that you'll see pretty soon here. I believe it's like 40 or 50 hits you need to achieve to get the vicious passive. So we're going to bait another special 1 here from Photon. Just continuing to trigger more dexterity buffs. There's 50 hits in my combo meter. I bait Photon's heavy attack. I go in for my special 2. And I throw my relic for safety. And then I full combo if I need to for like a higher health Photon. And there you go. That's no damage taken against a Photon, short form content. It's the same rotation pretty much every single time. Now let me go fight Bullseye, which is another key matchup for Okoye that she excels in so much. She does so well for Bullseye, again, because she prevents that evade from triggering. So she prevents evade. Bullseye cannot trigger his like most deadly defensive capability. There's no evade when you're using Okoye against bullseye. And additionally, the ensnare can also prevent the instant bleed from dealing damage during a dex or a blocked hit of a special attack. So I'm going to go for a full combo to start, and then I'm going to trigger the dexterity for the ensnare. Now, why did I go for a full combo against bullseye? Well, the more power bullseye has, the less I need to worry about doing as many block bait heavy attacks to push him to special 2. So there is sort of a guaranteed element of chip damage in this fight, because you can't avoid the bleed forever, but you can avoid most of it. So I'm going to go for a little combo here, and then go for an intercept into a full combo, which will push him over 2 bars of power. I still have the Vicious passive active. Those bleeds are doing a lot of damage. I go for a stand-up intercept into a full combo, and there's Bullseye gone in 43 seconds. 10% health taken off. With a better roll on the RNG for the dexterity preventing the bleed damage, you can have a little bit higher health, but regardless, 90% plus health finish with Okoye against Bullseye is pretty fantastic. Again, she's super simple. It's the full combos, it's the special 2, and then in longer fights, it's the special 1. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to turn on my combo tracker, because I always keep forgetting to turn on my combo tracker for these showcase videos and these how-to videos. So now I'm going to go fight Labyrinth of Legends Red Hulk, just to show what she looks like in a longer fight situation. Now I have the combo tracker on so you can see my exact movements, and now we're going to be able to show off what Okoye looks like in longer form content, a longer fight, you know, maybe a potential story content boss, something like that. So again, in pretty much every fight you use Okoye, and you want to start the fight by triggering dexterity. Bullseye is an exception because you want to give him more power before triggering the ensnare. But regardless, 99% of other matchups with Okoye, you want to trigger that ensnare at the start of the fight. So, Red Hulk has 1.5 million health. Of course, we do have class advantage here, so that is going to augment the damage a little bit. But regardless, she can handle these fights with and without class advantage, no problem. We crossed 50 hits in our combo meter. One additional thing to note about Okoye and her combo meter, with that Vicious passive, if you throw a heavy attack, you can consume your combo to refresh certain bleeds, like I'm going to do right now. I consume 20 hits in my combo, and I refresh and pause the duration of all my bleeds. Now I'm going to go in for a full combo into a special 1 here, and I still have the bleeds paused. I'm going to go in for a little heavy attack, pause the bleeds again, and Red Hulk drops like nothing. That was 54 seconds for 1.5 million health with the combo tracker on, so you can see my exact movements. Okoye is no joke. She handles so many things so well. She prevents evade, she reduces ability accuracy with the ensnare. Let's go do another fight with Okoye, and hopefully I can get it to work where Okoye is just so solid for her. That's Dark Phoenix. So Dark Phoenix has, of course, that very tough to deal with immortality at the end of the fight. Like I said, one last matchup I want to show off for Okoye is Dark Phoenix. Okoye has the potential to trigger no Nova Flames in the entire fight against Dark Phoenix if she prevents the immortality from triggering at the end of the fight with her ensnare, and also the inflated combo meter pretty much prevents any Nova Flames from triggering on Okoye after Dark Phoenix would throw her special 2. So the name of the game here is, of course, trigger dexterity at the start of the fight, and again, you'll see I go for my full combos here. One pro tip is going for a medium light combo to prevent the opponent from going to a bar of power, baiting a heavy attack, or going for a reparry, and then you only need to bait one more heavy attack to push the opponent to 2 bars of power. Pro tip there for Okoye. Trigger dexterity. Prevent that Nova Flame from triggering because of the inflated combo meter. Now I'm building up to another special 2 here. First special 2 of the match. I'm going to use my heavy attack to refresh those bleeds. We completely prevented the root from the special 2, and no Nova Flame from the immortality on Dark Phoenix's signature ability trigger there. I'm going to go for a stand-up intercept into a special 1, and that is Okoye pretty much full yellow bar against Dark Phoenix in 1 minute and 4 seconds. So again, she can turn off the immortality entirely. She can prevent the Nova Flame but still trigger the immortality. The inflated combo meter helps prevent any Nova Flames after Dark Phoenix throws a special attack. Okoye is just sensational. If you have Okoye, you absolutely should rank her up. No questions asked. She is just that good. Thank you so much for watching this video on how to effectively use Okoye. If you found this video helpful, please consider subscribing to the channel and also hitting that like button. Both of those things are incredibly helpful, and it pushes the word out there to the YouTube algorithm that I am making content people are enjoying. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.